Developing story now. The British Prime Minister's lashed out at EU officials, accusing them of meddling in the UK's upcoming general election. Theresa May said they were trying to influence the Brexit talks.
The European Commission's negotiating stance has hardened. Threats against Britain have been issued by European politicians and officials. All of these acts have been deliberately timed to affect the result of the general election that will take place on the 8th of June.
So the boxing gloves are starting to come off. We always knew they would. I mean, even yesterday she said she's going to be a, let's praise it, difficult woman to deal with. Laura Smith joins me now from London. Laura, harsh words from Theresa May there. What's she basing these latest claims on then?
That's right. Before we had insinuations and rumours, but these are very hard words. You heard it there straight from the horse's mouth. May is accusing the Europeans of trying to meddle in an internal election, which is a very grave allegation to make. But she does have a point. We've had various leaks and comments coming out of various events in the last few weeks. I'm just going to talk you through a couple of them. Last week there was a dinner at Downing Street with Jean-Claude Juncker, the President of the European Commission, and Theresa May. That was supposed to be private, but almost immediately afterwards there was reports in a German newspaper saying that Juncker had told Theresa May that he was leaving Downing Street 10 times more sceptical than he was when he went in. It's also been reported that Juncker called Merkel immediately afterwards, and Angela Merkel, then the German Chancellor, publicly came out and warned that Britain was suffering from illusions about Brexit. Let's hear her.
It is clear that a third party, and this is what Great Britain will be, cannot and will not have the same rights or even a better position than a member state of the European Union. All 27 EU member states agree on that. I need to make it clear here because I have the feeling that some in Britain still have that illusion, which is a waste of time.
We had Germany's finance minister also chiming in. He tweeted that the British government must abandon the myth that Britain will be better off post-Brexit. And an amusing tweet from Guy Verhofstadt, the lead Brexit negotiator. He took to openly mocking one of Theresa May's campaign slogans. She's constantly talking about a strong and stable leadership. Well, he said that any Brexit deal would require a strong and stable understanding of all the complex issues involved. The Labour Party, the main opposition party in Britain, is on pretty much the same page as the Conservatives when it comes to Brexit demands. Labour's spokesperson said that it agrees that they can persuade the EU of the benefits of a single market and other kind of EU policies, but without having to resort to membership. But what's becoming increasingly apparent is that this election, which is going to take place in 5 weeks' time here in the UK, is very much about Brexit. And in fact, Tim Farron, the Liberal Democrat leader, earlier on today said that Theresa May's speech this afternoon admitted that Brexit was a risky move to make. People are calling it the Brexit election, and now, of course, we have Theresa May calling out the EU for what she's calling a coordinated plan to meddle in the internal affairs of the UK.
A lot more of this to come. You'll be covering it for us. For now, we'll let you go. Laura Smith in London, thank you. Thank you for being with us too. Hope you stay with us for the next 30 minutes. Coming up here on RT International, you may or may not be surprised to hear that there are enough guns in circulation in the US to arm every single American.